Hey there, so I'm going to do some quick 3-card pulls for each zodiac sign. We're going to start with the water signs. Pisces, you're first. Okay, so here we can get some advice. 3-card pull for Pisces. Ooh, we have the Hanged Man. Okay, gaining a new perspective. And then we have a Page of Cups. So this could be, Page of Cups in reverse. So I feel like there could be either a creative block or a canceled event, or there could have been energy here that was manipulative. I do have the 7 of Pentacles, so I do feel like there's perseverance needed here. There's this long-term outlook on things and knowing that like you've been making wise investments and you need some patience in the situation. But I feel like whatever was experienced, it could even be like some inner child stuff that you've been working on, Pisces, that, you know, there's a perspective gain, there's release happening, there's surrendering to it and learning the lesson and understanding that like as much as the pendulum swings to the left, it also goes to the right and then back again. And there is this like equilibrium that plays out. So, yeah, so that's beautiful for the Pisces. Okay, so now we're going to do Cancer energy. Let me just do a quick shuffle. Pull for the Cancer energy of the channel. All right, Cancer energy. Very good. Cancer. What do the Cancers need to know about? Okay, things that grip you, the shadow self. Okay, restriction, obsession, addiction, possibly sexuality and sex. I feel like maybe the Cancer energy is, you know, seeing where their emotions have taken them. And the devil oftentimes reveals to us, you know, where we are operating from our shadow. So here's an opportunity to evaluate. Okay, and then I have the 4 of Cups in the reverse, and this talks about gaining self-awareness and seizing the day and having some sort of like proactive energy, like having some sort of enthusiasm for life. There could be an energy that needs to kind of like re-engage. Maybe someone has been like left out, isolated, restricted, I'm getting. This also could be in an energy of gratitude. I feel like this is an opportunity to kind of like raise a vibration here. Maybe there's an opportunity to get with others. There's a lot of cups here. 4 cups, 3 cups. Time to celebrate. Okay, so there might be a need to kind of like get out of your comfort zone or get out of this energy of your shadow, the depression here. You could be getting together with others, but I'm getting like we want to make sure that we're not overindulging. Okay, so there needs to be some sort of balance when it comes to the Cancer energy. This also can represent like a reunion, friendships, having a good time. So social gatherings with the 4th of July coming up too in the Americas. So yeah, I feel like this is something that, let's get one more card for the Cancer. Okay, Autumn. I feel like they're preparing for a change. I feel like there's a need to make long-term plans. And again, expressing gratitude. So I'm getting like someone might have done a lot of shadow work here. That's what I'm getting. And I feel like there's a need to kind of like seize the day and enjoy life, right? You can't, you know, constantly focus on all that's transpired and being in that low vibrational energy. I feel like there's a need to kind of transcend that for the Cancer energy. So there's this like consciousness awakening here for Cancer, which is beautiful. And we're in Cancer season, so beautiful. All right, y'all, we're going to stop with the Cancer energy and we're going to go for the Scorpios. What's the Scorpios need to know? Let's do a quick shuffle. Scorpio energy. This reading will be all signs. Scorpio energy. Okay, we have timing, we have a couple weeks. Shifting consciousness, Scorpio. Final steps. Okay, so if there's something that you're working towards, you got 2 weeks, final steps. Okay, there's some sort of increase. okay? There could be some sort of like negative thoughts or focusing on the negative outcomes or possibilities. There's a need to get out of that energy. All right, we do have a 10 of Cups, so this is like, whatever this is, like, there will be peace, there will be happiness, there will be emotional fulfillment and harmony. So it's kind of like, you can't see this, but this is the desired outcome. So stay optimistic about your desired outcome, Scorpios. All right, things are gaining strength. We don't need to, you know, create from a place of doom and gloom. All right, there's a need to kind of like focus on happiness, focus on joy, focus on peace. Okay, that's what's needed right now. I feel like Queen of Cups is relevant. So this would be someone who's extremely like empathic. All right, so being very careful that like with your empathic abilities that you are not taking on everyone else's doom and gloom. There may need to be a bit of like releasing your energy. And I feel like, you know, certainly collective, this is going to pick up a bit, you know, the negative thoughts, the drama. There could be someone who's like a bit of a drama queen here. That could be a Scorpio, or there's some sort of crisis. But I feel like you're being asked to kind of like tune into you, and you have intuitive and psychic abilities that you can use to navigate this. Okay, so what you can't see, you can use your intuition to guide you on this. All right, so that is for Scorpio. All right, we're gonna move on to the fire signs next. We're gonna start with Leo. Okay, Leo energy. Let's get some Leo energy. What do the Leos need to know? Ooh. You can book a personal with me. I do varied readings. But you can do like a 15-minute reading for like 25 bucks. You can find that on the website, betweenbothworlds.org. Okay, I have a lot of other offerings. Go check them out. Okay, so fire signs, Leo, I got the 10 of Swords. So I feel like there is something that's coming to an end. It could be a breakup, a breakdown, something that resulted in some sort of dead end. Okay, or this is a failure or something you see as a failure. Queen of Cups. Okay, so it might have been something that you had deep feelings for. Something strong that you felt emotionally connected to, and it's coming to an end, Leo. Okay, I feel like someone's in some sort of mental anguish as it relates to an Empress. I feel like divine feminine energy. Maybe someone's feeling like the direction that they took as the Leo energy, leading with Leo, you know, very much landed them in some sort of like loss of hope or love, some sort of psychological trauma, some sort of mental anguish here. And then I have the Empress. So I'm also getting like, there's this like creative, nurturing, beautiful energy that's being presented, divine feminine energy. So there could have been like a Leo energy, okay, here. I don't know. I feel like maybe there was something that like helped you get to where you needed to go. And it might have been a difficult experience. I feel like it could have been like a lot of nightmare, a lot of like in your head energy. Whatever ended, whatever was a, what's the word I'm looking for? A dead end, was actually something that freed you and liberated you, or will. Okay, I feel like whatever you are concerned about or worried about, I feel like you are able to create. So it's about like reworking your mindset, because there's the 10 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, and then we have the Queen of Cups, and that really talks about like having the emotional maturity, integrity, and strength, right? Strong empath, intuitive, psychic, loving, like being in the flow, right? Being able to like take that mental anguish and transmute it to feminine energy, like creative energy, motherly energy, like being able to raise the vibration as an Empress. This is like divine energy. So it's almost like whatever was sent your way that was meant to create like a complete downfall for you, I'm getting you use that energy to level up. Okay, level up, level up. level up. That's for the Leos, okay? Good job, Leos. Regardless of what people have to say about you, you created your own narrative, and that's boss, okay? Empress energy, Emperor energy, yeah. You're like, what are you doing telling a story that you know nothing about? Okay, it's like that. All right, so next we're gonna do Sagittarius. I feel like somebody told a whole story on you or about you, and they couldn't have been further from the truth. I feel like they were telling the truth about them, okay? And now they're in mental anguish because they have to live in that reality now. All right, so, and you're the Empress. So that's not your reality. No more. All right, Sagittarius. Four of Pentacles. Okay, what about this Four of Pentacles? We have a Knight of Pentacles. In reverse, we have a Temperance. All right. And then we have, ooh, okay, we're getting a bunch of cards here. Okay, so these three here are for Sagittarius. All right, so we have Four of Pentacles. So this could be some sort of like material attachment or focused on having to like have this nest egg. You could like conserve things. You could be someone who's like kind of a tightwad, or maybe you're holding on to things too tightly is what I'm getting. And then with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, I'm getting like lacking direction. So there's this lack energy here. I'm getting like there's a need to bring balance. Okay, there's a need to kind of like understand how opposites work. And if you're finding that, like if you're trying to manifest things, Sagittarius, and you're finding that they're not really coming to fruition, or you're finding that you're starting things and you're not finishing them, or you're stifled, I feel like there's a need to kind of like do things with moderation. This is an opportunity to apply like the process of alchemy. And this would be like bringing things into balance. So what can you do that would be more higher vibrational than focusing on not having enough, or hoarding things, or having a scarcity mindset? So it's kind of like being able to transmute and alchemize that into something that you desire. Okay. Aries, I have the Six of Pentacles. This talks about like generosity. Okay. So either you're going to be open to receive, vice versa here. I'm also getting like being valued, and a bit of equal give and take. And I'm also getting like there's a new beginning here too. So like this could come in the form of an offer. And I'm also getting there's this like sweet tenderness of things, maybe in life, maybe that you share with those close to you. This could be children, it could be a soulmate, it could just be those around you, you know, sharing tenderness and grace with you. Or this is somebody who has some sort of interest in you, Aries. So I feel like there could be an opportunity, new beginning here for Aries. This could be work or relationship. I'm getting its relationship with the Two of Cups. Okay, I feel like this is something that someone has made space for in their life, as well as you. I'm also getting this is an equal give and take. So Aries, it looks like there's a dynamic duo in the mix. I would say in the next 6 months, okay? 6 months. Those are the fire signs. Okay, we're gonna do earth signs next. I don't usually do zodiac readings, so this is new. I felt called to do it, so I was like, yeah, let's give it a try. One more. Earth sign energy. All right, we're gonna do Taurus first. Taurus. What's Taurus need to know for their highest and greatest good? Taurus. The bull. Three of Cups. Social gatherings, friendships, reunion, artistic pursuits, collaborations. We have a reckoning, some sort of like revelation of some kind, maybe about a group, Taurus, or a shocking event. I am getting personality clashes, and I'm getting radiant energy as with the sun. I feel like something that you might have been dealing with that might have been like, you'd probably associate this with like some sort of misunderstanding or conflict, or just people who like don't vibe with you, or there could be like a lost opportunity. There could be something that is being like taken down to the ground. It could have something to do with like a group or where you work, or something that could be family, could be work. I feel like this is something that is going to actually free you. Okay, it actually liberates you. I feel like whoever this party is that like try to create some sort of chaos in your life, or you like know what I'm talking about because it was like opposition. Okay, so you know who this is. Interesting. Sorry, I'm just getting something here. There could be something like new coming in, right? That is going to cause you to leave something else. You felt like it wasn't really aligned with you anymore. And I'm getting this is going to bring in a lot of happiness and joy for you. It's almost like freeing you. Okay, so I feel like be optimistic, like work on your network, try to get out there and have some fun. I feel like something will play out that is going to help you align with what's truly for you, not what's not for you. Let's get another card regarding that. I feel like this is success, this is truth, this is a yes. The subconscious mind. I feel like you intuitively know what I'm talking about. Something's coming to light. Maybe you had this like undercurrent and you didn't have all the facts, and you just kind of like listen to your own intuition, but maybe you've been waiting for things to be revealed to you. I feel like something's being revealed, and it could be about, there being opposition, chaos, arguing, personality challenges. I feel like you're going to get truth on this. Okay, things are going to come to light. Things are going to be illuminated as well. Okay, so I feel like whatever was going on behind the scenes, Taurus, you're going to find out the truth. Okay? Okay. It's about a group. It's about a group of people. I heard they're going to be found out. All right, we're going to do Earth sign Virgo. Can you give me some info regarding the Virgos? What do they need to know about? Virgo. Queen of Wands, the final chapter. It's the final countdown. I feel like there was somebody who was like super magnetic to somebody, and sexy and confident and charming and courageous. And then I feel like there's a final chapter for this. I'm getting like there's this dead end here, this breakup, this failure. So I don't know if this is someone who's been through this Queen of Wands. Someone would appear very stylish, trend-setting. Okay, balancing act. Okay, so someone might have been juggling somebody else. There could have been like a bit of back and forth here. It's almost like things went towards a dead end. It didn't really get to where it needed to go. I feel like something might have gotten ruined. And then I have 9 of Pentacles. Rewards of your labor, status and abundance. Taking it easy. There being freedom here and being self-sufficient. Maybe somebody wanted to financially adept on your own and and having sophistication. So I'm getting like for Virgos, there might have been somebody who either they were juggling or they were being juggled. I feel like there might have been somebody who was a bit like siren-like or Jezebel-like or I don't know, someone who kind of like had a lot of charisma, got a passion about them. I feel like somebody may have felt like they weren't prioritized, okay? And as a result, they chose themselves, or they felt like maybe somebody was using them for financial gain, okay? Or for their like mature stance, like their foundation. 9 of Pentacles is somebody who, you know, has a lot to show for their hard work. So that's also playing out here too, is that somebody might be, instead of like playing games with, you know, and having to be adaptable, I feel like somebody also could be going out on their own when it comes to like their own business. I feel like there is a new perspective here. So there's like an epiphany. There is something that you might be leaving and letting go and surrendering. And I feel like whatever you're surrendering is like what no longer fits. Okay. This rock bottom energy, this failure, this like final chapter. Okay. I feel like you also could be someone who's meant to shine. You have this strong confidence about you. I feel like this is something that you might be dedicating time to, like to a craft, which is going to put you in a stable position. So this is like a double message here. I'm definitely getting that somebody might have been like a bit of back and forth here. It may have led to an ending here. Could have been dealing with a fire sign, energy, passionate, someone who's very like visionary and outgoing, and they may have like just kind of like swept you right out. But I feel like it didn't really go where it needed to go. I feel like you see this now, you release this now, and you're surrendering to the process. This also could be awakening to someone and what their intentions were, because this can also be like a bit of understanding your value and worth, and knowing that like you deserve to be prioritized. So this could be at work, this could be in family, this could be in relationships. Okay, so that is the message for Virgos, is to choose yourself in a situation where someone's not choosing you. All right, so Capricorn, we're gonna get some Capricorn. Okay, we're getting like someone might have tried to like climb the ladder. Is that what it's called? Someone's coattails. I feel like Virgo knows what's up. Capricorn. All right. Capricorn. Material attachment, 4 of Pentacles in the upright. I have 8 of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like someone's feeling very complacent in their situation. It could be at work. There's all work, no play. It could be in a relationship. Let's see what's going on. The union of opposites. Maybe someone feels like there's not balance in their life. Maybe they're needing to prioritize balance. Someone may be a creature of habit. There could be like monotonous things going on at work, and so they're bored. They're bored with work. They could feel complacent even. This is for Capricorns. I do have a Knight of Cups. This talks about like having some sort of like creative, artistic outlet, something that would maybe bring a bit of life back into you. So maybe something that is a hobby. You might meet somebody new there. Knight of Cups, someone who's affectionate, chivalrous even. I feel like there's an invitation to connect. You might meet them through doing something that's artistic or creative. I feel like this energy is psychic. They're also charming, and they have a lot of grace if they're in the feminine energy. I feel like there could be a proposal of some kind. There's affection here. I'm getting peace and balance and patience. Someone could be very bored in their current situation. Maybe they're spending a lot of time at home and work and not really allowing for a whole lot of time for love. And so I feel like that's going to be turning soon. And there is this like, you know, coming in out of nowhere kind of energy. So I feel like you might come into union with somebody. All right, there is this balance here, harmony and peace, and being in purpose. So you might meet this person when you are in your purpose, living your purpose, being of service. Interesting. Yeah, I feel like you're being asked to follow your heart. Maybe as it relates to the things that you do for work. Maybe there's something you really enjoy and it doesn't feel like work at all. I feel like that's better suited for you, and it would release you of a scarcity mindset because you're doing what you love. And that brings things into balance and harmony. So for Capricorn, I'm getting that like it's best to follow your heart. Okay, even when it comes to what you do for work, I feel like there's a need to you know, do what you love and love what you do. Is there a way that you can maybe incorporate some space for that? Okay, beautiful message. I feel like that also can represent like a new, like, I'm getting like either a new friendship or a new love interest. Okay, so, and I feel like you're gonna have things in common. Okay, that's for Capricorn. Right now we're doing air signs. I'm doing Gemini first. Goodness gracious. First card out of the deck is the King of Cups. Okay, this talks about someone who is emotionally balanced and heart-centered, very diplomatic, psychic, okay, and is very self-aware. Water sign energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And then we have an Emperor. So this would be a divine masculine energy, someone who's action-oriented, gets it done, very protective energy, leader, father figure. Okay, so this could be you or them. And then I have the Three of Pentacles. So this talks about working together with one another towards some sort of like collaborative effort. And then I have the Nine of Cups, and this talks about emotional fulfillment and a wish and dream come true and feeling very satisfied. I feel like, you know, maybe, you know, working together is also something that, you know, continues to build, like, you know how they say like your chosen family? I'm getting that. I feel like these are your soul tribe. I feel like you're about to meet some soul tribe and you're going to work together towards some sort of like collab, some collab energy. This could be a new team. This could be you managing a team. So if you've been kind of like either looking to employ or work with a group, I feel like this is very prosperous and this is in your good favor. So I feel like you're gonna really love what you're doing. And I'm getting like whatever offer this is, if this is a true offer coming in, it's a yes. You'll know if it's for you. That's for the Geminis. Okay, next card out is Libra. Libras. Let's do a shuffle. Get some Libra energy. La 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 Libra. Okay, Libra. What's the Libras need to know? Deep emotional pain. Eight of Wands. I got the Three of Swords, Eight of Wands, Two of Pentacles. All right, so this is for the Libras. I feel like there's been this like misunderstanding, potentially loss, maybe sorrow, grief. I feel like there's progress being made. I feel like there could be movement or even travel. And there may need to be a bit of back and forth as it relates to some sort of deep emotional pain here. So you may be finding either yourself dealing with a difficult situation, and if you have lost somebody, I'm truly sorry. I feel like you've had to make some quick decisions maybe and prioritize things and adapt. Things are taking off. There could be communication here, and there is a need to kind of put things in alignment, and things are gaining momentum. This could be, let's get another card regarding this. Libras. Quick decisions. Yeah, we have Temperance, moderation, peace, balance, tranquility, harmony. Okay, so I feel like things are, you know, starting to settle a little bit for the Libras. How about one more card? Focus on bringing balance into your life. Okay, look at, I feel like there's a new emotional exchange here, a loving exchange at that. And so there may need to kind of like let things kind of play out a little bit, like give it some time. It's almost like that saying, time heals all wounds, Libras. But I mean, if the Libras are going to get any kind of card, this is like divine intervention, right? This is divine balance here. All right. And so for the Libras is about balance. It is about like the polarity of opposites, okay? The union of opposites. So I love that. And then we have the Two of Cups. So this tells me like there's a companionship, mutual feelings, and an agreement here, a new partner after going through, you know, the pain and suffering of the last relationship. I feel like this is you bringing things into balance emotionally and physically with the Two of Pentacles, so that you can have healed, open heart chakra for this new partner that's coming in. That's beautiful, Libra. I feel like this person has worked on themselves. They're self-aware, King of Cups, emotionally balanced, kind-hearted, and understanding. Beautiful messages for Libra. Thank you, Libras. Leave your sign in the comments if you want, so I know who I'm reading for and who's what. And if you like this kind of reading, maybe I break it up into more than one reading. But let me know. All right, Aquarius is the next card. What does the Aquarius need to know? Aquarius, Aquarius. Okay, we have the waxing moon. So we have things are making progress. Okay, final steps, gaining strength, 2 weeks. If you're looking for a timing on something. Okay. What else we got here? Okay. Okay, it's about being mentally strong. Okay, direct, sharp. All right, I feel like there are resources available to you. All right, so this is about you being very clear about what you want to create and what you don't want to create. I feel like you're going to need to take inspired action about what you're trying to create here. You may have to speak truth. You may have to be strong. There is something that you could be sharing that has a lot of like influence. You may be someone who has a lot of willpower. You could be like a master manifester. And so it's really important for you to have like clarity when it comes to things. This is the Queen of Swords, right? And so this could be also you using the energy, right, to create from Aquarius. And there's a need to be resourceful and to rely on your intellect when it comes to what you're here to create. Can we get some more information here? I feel like they want you to concentrate. We have the Hierophant. This talks about like faith, institutions, programming, right and wrong, and being a leader. Okay, and following the rules. So you might be creating something here that has something to do with belief systems or the structures of such. Okay, maybe you're teaching. It could be information that you share. You could be a direct channel, okay? With the Magician here, that's some strong power. That's like, you know, understanding how energy works. I have the Star, Four of Wands. Yeah, I'm getting with Aquarius energy, there's like a wish being granted, or you are a healer, okay? And you're here to help heal, okay? Maybe from past programming as it relates to religion and its beliefs and its dogma. I'm getting like you're here to create something new, okay, with your abilities. And I feel like you're going to be celebrating a union, some sort of homecoming, some sort of community support in doing what you came here to do. It's aligned with your purpose. And there's no better card than the Star for the Aquarius. So kudos to you. I feel like you're spiritually renewed. There's hope and calmness here. You could be someone who brings healing to those who need it in some shape or form. And it could be in a way that like maybe differs from the tradition. However, it doesn't mean that it's still not something to receive support on. So even though not everybody supports you, the ones that count do, and the ones that need you do. Okay, so I'm also getting that. And so there could be something also that is going to be coming to an end too. So whatever that is, I feel like you're being aligned with what you're here to truly create. I feel like so there's this need to follow that thirst of knowledge. This is for everybody, right? It's kind of like think first, be vigilant, okay? Use your discernment when it comes to information. It's really important that like your mental agility be strong at this time, okay? For all that's being experienced at this time. I got the Strength card when I split the deck. This talks about having courage and self-belief, infinite potential, and understanding your personal power as well as your wisdom and your ability to understand, you know, you have this invisible force about you. It's almost like you're misunderstood, right? You look innocent, pure, and like you couldn't hurt a fly, but come to find out, like, you're the lioness. She's the one that does the hunting. You're a hunter, right? So I feel like there's this understanding of like you understanding your own personal power and you being in charge of it more than anything, okay? And that involves your conscious and subconscious mind, right? Being in charge of your own mind, okay? Very important. Okay, I hope you enjoyed those readings. I did. They're fun. And I will see you on the next readings. See you next time. Oh, and if you'd like a personal, you can book one at betweenbothworlds.org. Bye.